This card's a fake, right? The clerk's mocking laugh echoes through Atlanta's glitzy hotel lobby, slicing into Adam Miller's dignity as she scoffs at his elite Centurion oblivious. He's a black CEO commanding a $4.5 billion empire. Patron smirks burn like acid. In 12 minutes, he'll shatter their arrogance, canceling a mega deal and sparking justice. This isn't just a check-in. It's a crucible where bias meets retribution. Will you witness a black CEO turn scorn into power? Stay for a story that'll grip your heart, fuel your fire, and demand you rethink respect. A sleek SUV glides into a world of gilded wealth. What truth does it bear? In the heart of Atlanta's Midtown district, the Sterling Crown Hotel stands as a crown of opulence, its marble floors gleaming beneath crystal chandeliers. The air, scented with jasmine, hums with the quiet judgment of luxury. This is no ordinary haven. It is a sanctuary for tycoons, where wealth whispers and power walks softly. The Sterling Crown, with its $35 million contract, tied to a $4.5 billion merger, pulses with ambition. Yet its soul rests in the hands of one man, Adam Miller. Adam Miller, a black man of unyielding resolve, steps from his black navigator, his charcoal suit tailored to precision, no balance of authority and ease. His silver cufflink, a gift from his late grandfather, glints softly, a tether to his roots in Macon, Georgia. This city never sleeps, he murmurs to his driver, his voice steady, warm. Adam built Nexus Dynamics from a single laptop in a Macon garage, forging a billion-dollar tech empire that spans continents. He rises at dawn, driven by a vow to lead with integrity, to ensure his legacy honors every sacrifice. Success isn't the money, he once told a friend. It's the doors you open for others. As Adam crosses the threshold, the evening breeze fades, replaced by the lobby's cool embrace. He pauses, taking in the scene. The chandeliers cast a golden glow, but the glances of Patronsa couple by the wine bar, a man in a polo shirt, carry a subtle weight. "Who's that?" a woman whispers, her voice low, sharp. Adam feels it. The familiar sting of eyes that question his place. Same old dance, he thinks. His cufflink, brushing his wrist. A quiet anchor. His journey, from a working-class town to the helm of Nexus, was never smooth. Yet, each step, each slight, honed his resilience, a fire tempered by time. Inside, the lobby thrums. A jazz quartet plays softly, notes weaving through the clink of glasses. Adam approaches the check-in desk, his driver trailing with luggage. His gaze catches small flossa smudge on the marble counter, a dim chandelier bulb details that reflect his meticulous nature. This merger's the finish line, he tells himself, pride swelling. The $4.5 billion deal with Vantage Partners, 2 years in the making, will cement Nexus's global reach. This hotel, chosen for its prestige, should be a stage for triumph. But the air shifts, a chill creeping in, like a storm unseen. Adam's path was forged in struggle. Raised in Macon, where dreams were often deferred, he watched his grandfather labor as a carpenter, teaching him that dignity is earned, not given. "Build something lasting, Adam," his grandfather urged, hands rough from years of work. Those words carried Adam through rejections, a scholarship lost to a less qualified peer. Boardrooms where his voice was overlooked. Now, standing in this gilded lobby, he carries their wisdom. "I've earned my place," he thinks, his cufflink a pulse of purpose. Yet, as he nears the desk, a clerk's cold glance stirs unease, a shadow on his crown. The stage is set, dear listener. Adam Miller, a man of grit and grace, stands in the empire he built. But will this sanctuary honor his worth? Or will prejudice cast a pall over his triumph? The story brews, its truth ready to pour. Before diving into the story, please clearly state your city or country of residence in the comment section. Your feedback is the driving force for our development. Best wishes. From Asia. A clerk's smirk hides a sting. Will it wound? As Adam Miller strides into the gilded lobby of the Sterling Crown Hotel, The weight of judgment lingers, sharp as the clink of glasses from the wine bar. The jazz quartet's notes, once a warm embrace, now fade beneath the whispers of patrons questioning his place. Adam, the visionary behind Nexus Dynamics, carries the pride of his Macon roots, his silver cufflink a quiet pulse of purpose, yet the clerk's cold glance, a shadow cast upon his triumph, signals a storm brewing. The hearth of luxury, meant to honor his $4.5 billion merger, begins to chill. At the check-in desk, Jenna Tate, a young clerk, greets him with a smile as thin as a credit card. Her lip gloss glints under the chandelier's glow, her pen twirling with casual confidence. "Good evening," she says, her voice bright, but her eyes scan Adam's charcoal suit, his lack of a tie, with subtle disdain. "Checking in?" Adam nods, offering a warm smile. "Reservation under Adam Miller." Jenna's fingers tap the keyboard, her gaze flickering to the couple by the wine bar, who whisper and glance away. The air, scented with jasmine, grows heavy with unspoken assumptions. Jenna pauses, her screen reflecting in her eyes. "I'll need a credit card and ID," she says, her tone clipped. Adam reaches into his wallet, producing his Centurion card, solid metal, no limit, a symbol of his billion-dollar empire. He slides it across the counter, its weight a quiet testament, but Jenna's eyes widen, then narrow. A laugh escapes her, sharp, unguarded. "Is this real?" she asks, her voice dripping with mockery, as if the card were a child's toy. "You carrying one of these around?" The words cut, a blade wrapped in jest. Adam's breath catches, but his face remains calm, a mask honed by years of slights. "Is there an issue?" he asks, his voice steady, measured. Jenna shrugs, her smirk lingering. "Just haven't seen many of these come through," she says, her emphasis heavy. "Usually it's, executives." The implication lands like a stone. Adam, despite his suit, his presence, doesn't belong. Behind him, a man in a polo shirt chuckles, low and nasal, the sound piercing the lobby's hum. Adam's cufflink brushes his wrist, a silent anchor, grounding him in resilience. The moment stretches, taut as a wire. Jenna waits, expecting what? Apology? Proof? Adam offers neither. "Process the card," he says, his tone firm, unyielding. Jenna hesitates, her fingers hovering, then types slowly, her smirk fading under his gaze. But the damage is done. The lobby, once a crown of triumph, feels like a crucible, testing Adam's dignity. He pulls out his phone, dials his COO, Tara Wells. "Tara," he says, his voice low, "cancel the hotel block. And the merger. All of it." The words, calm yet final, ripple through the air. Jenna's eyes flicker, but she doesn't grasp the weight. "All set?" she asks, sliding the card back, her tone dismissive. Adam meets her gaze, his eyes a storm held in check. "I'll find another place," he says, turning away. His driver follows, luggage rolling softly as he exits through the revolving doors, graceful, composed. The lobby falls silent, the jazz quartet's notes hanging, unresolved. Patrons exchange glances, sensing a shift, but unaware of the fire Adam's call has ignited. "Hey folks, have you eaten breakfast yet? Fuel up and drink 2 liters of water today to stay sharp." Back in the lobby, Jenna's scorn, a laugh that cut, has sown seeds of chaos. Adam's departure, quiet yet seismic, leaves a void where triumph should have stood. The Sterling Crown, meant to host a historic merger, now faces a reckoning. The stage is set, dear listener, for consequences to unfold. Will the hotel grasp its error, or will prejudice blind them further? The crucible heats, and the next chapter will blaze with truth. A deal crumbles. What have they unleashed? The revolving doors of the Sterling Crown Hotel still hum, whispering of Adam Miller's quiet exit, his dignity intact, but his resolve a spark ready to blaze. The lobby, once a gilded stage for his triumph, now holds a stunned silence, broken only by the soft clink of glasses at the wine bar. Jenna Tate's scornful laugh, mocking Adam's Centurion card, has sliced deeper than she knows. Adam, the black CEO of Nexus Dynamics, has canceled a $4.5 billion merger with a single call, leaving the hotel's opulence tainted by prejudice. The jazz quartet's notes falter, as if sensing the storm about to break. Across the lobby, Nora Vance, the assistant manager, watches from behind a marble pillar, her tablet glowing with urgency. Her sharp eyes caught Jenna's smirk, the patron's chuckle, but she was too slow to intervene. Now, Adam's absence is a void, heavy with consequence. She strides to the desk, her heels clicking like a metronome. "Jenna, what just happened?" she demands, her voice low, taut. Jenna, twirling her pen, shrugs. "Some guy tried to check in with a fancy card. Looked fake. He got upset and left." Her nonchalance stings, a spark on dry tinder. Nora's jaw tightens. "His name, Jenna. What was it?" "Adam Miller," Jenna says, her tone flat, oblivious. Nora taps her tablet, her fingers swift, precise. The screen lights up with a VIP profile. Adam Miller, founder and CEO of Nexus Dynamics, net worth in the billions. "This man," Nora says, her voice a controlled tremor, "was leading the Vantage Partners merger. That card was real." Jenna's pen stops, her eyes widening. "Wait, seriously," she stammers. Nora's gaze is steel. "That merger was worth $35 million to this hotel chain. You just laughed at the man who held it in his hands." The words land like a gavel. Final. Damning. Upstairs, in the penthouse suite, Vantage Partners executives Elliot Kane, Lila Brooks, Owen Patalouge, unaware of the chaos below. Elliot sips bourbon, reviewing merger slides. Lila scrolls emails, her brow furrowed. Owen, jacket off, paces, restless. A knock shatters the calm. Nora enters, her face pale. "We have a problem," she says, her voice cutting through their ease. "Mr. Miller left. He canceled the merger." Silence grips the room. Lila blinks. "Canceled? Why?" Nora hesitates, then speaks. "A clerk. Mishandled his check-in. Questioned his card. Mocked him." Elliot's glass clinks hard on the table. "You mean she profiled him?" he says, his voice sharp. Owen stops pacing, his eyes narrowing. "This isn't just a hiccup," he says. "This is a catastrophe. Shareholders will riot. The media will eat us alive." Lila's tablet buzzes. A message from Nexus's legal team. Merger terminated. No further negotiations. She reads it aloud, her voice hollow. 30 months of work, she murmurs, gone. Elliot stands, his face flushed. "Do you grasp what this signals? We couldn't host the lead without insulting him in our own lobby." The room feels smaller, the air thick with panic, as the weight of $35 million in lost contracts looms. Downstairs, Jenna sits at the desk, her confidence unraveling. Marcus, a bellhop who witnessed the exchange, steps closer. "You didn't just mess up," he says, his voice low, steady. "That man walked out like he owned the world. That's power." Jenna's eyes flicker, unease creeping in. "He was nobody," she mutters, but her voice lacks conviction. Marcus shakes his head. "He's the kind folks remember. You'll see." The lobby hums, patrons whispering, sensing a shift. The jazz quartet resumes, but its melody feels strained, a fragile mask over brewing chaos. The hotel's crown, once a symbol of prestige, now teeters. Nora dials the general manager, her voice urgent. "We need damage control," she says. "This could ruin us." Upstairs, the executives scramble, drafting statements, calling PR firms. Jenna's laugh, a fleeting moment, has ignited a firestorm, its flames licking at the sterling crown's legacy. The stage is set, dear listener, for the world to react. Will Adam's silence speak louder than the hotel's excuses? The crucible burns, and the next chapter will fan the flames. A post sparks a blaze. Will it shift the world? The Sterling Crown's gilded lobby, once a stage for Adam Miller's quiet exit, now harbors a storm of chaos. Jenna Tate's mocking laugh, dismissing the black CEO's Centurion card, has unraveled a $4.35 billion merger, leaving the hotel reeling. Upstairs, Nora Vance and the Vantage Group executives scramble, their panic a sharp contrast to Adam's measured silence. The jazz quartet's notes, now a faint echo, mingle with urgent whispers as patrons sense the weight of what's unfolding. Across town, Adam's single call has ignited a fire. Its flames now leap to the digital realm, where silence roars louder than words. At the Haven Lodge, a modest boutique hotel with warm oak paneling and unpretentious charm, Adam sits in a quiet lounge, his bourbon untouched. The city's pulse hums through the window, but his calm, like a still lake, holds steady. His silver cufflink, a tether to his grandfather's wisdom, glints as he checks his phone. A message from his COO, Tara Wells, lights the screen. "It's everywhere," she says, her voice crackling through a call. Twitter's on fire. Adam leans back, exhaling. "Let it burn," he replies, his tone even deliberate. His silence, a fortress, shapes a narrative no one can twist. On social media, a thread ignites, posted by an anonymous witness. A black CEO was mocked at a luxury hotel for using his own card. It begins, detailing Jenna's scorn with surgical clarity. Screenshots of Adam's VIP profile, snippets of hotel policy spread like wildfire. Within hours, it hits 3 million views, trending nationwide. "This isn't just one man," a commenter writes. "It's every time we're doubted." Another shares, "I was followed in a store last week." Same vibe. The thread becomes a tapestry, woven with stories of bias, each voice amplifying Adam's stand. News outlets seize the story. Their headlines bold. Billionaire CEO cancels mega merger after hotel incident. One declares. A morning show host, voice rising, fumes. "This isn't about a card. It's about assumptions." Clips of the segment flood TikTok, Instagram, their reach exponential. The Sterling Crown's PR team scrambles, issuing a statement. "We are investigating and take this seriously." But the words ring hollow, a weak shield against the blaze. "Too late." A tweet replies, liked thousands of times. The hotel's crown, once gleaming, now tarnishes under scrutiny. Back at the Haven Lodge, Tara joins Adam, her tablet glowing with updates. "They're calling it a PR nightmare," she says, her voice tense. "Vantage is hemorrhaging stock value." Adam nods, his gaze distant. "They thought they could spin it," he murmurs, his cufflink catching the light. But silence speaks. His restraint, a calculated force, lets the world fill the void with truth. Tara hesitates, then asks, "You sure about staying quiet?" Adam's eyes meet hers, steady, resolute. "I spoke when I walked out," he says, his voice a quiet thunder. The room hums, charged with his unspoken power. Patrons from the Sterling Crown, now scattered across Atlanta, fuel the fire. A woman, filming the incident, posts her clip captioned, "This man deserved respect." It garners millions of views, her voice shaking with conviction. Others share tales of slights in boutiques, boardrooms, airports, each post a spark in the digital storm. "This is our story," a commenter writes, their words a rallying cry. The movement, born in a lobby scorn, grows, its roots deep in shared pain, its branches reaching for justice. Pause, dear listener. Are you getting enough sleep? Aim for 7 hours nightly to keep your fire burning bright. The Sterling Crown's facade cracks, its $35 million contract with Vantage teetering. Nora dials PR firms, her voice urgent, while executives brace for shareholder fallout. Jenna, her confidence shattered. Faces questions, her laugh now a haunting echo. Adam's silence, a roaring flame, has set the world alight. The stage is set, listener, for his past to shape his resolve. Will his roots fuel a greater stand? The blaze rages, and the next chapter will sear the soul. A faded letter holds pain. Can it spark change? The digital firestorm rages, its flames fanned by Adam Miller's silent exit from the Sterling Crown Hotel. Jenna Tate's mocking laugh, dismissing his Centurion card, has unraveled a $4.35 billion merger, leaving the hotel's gilded facade scorched by public outrage. Social media, alight with stories of bias, amplifies Adam's stand, while the Vantage Group executives scramble in panic. Across town, at the Haven Lodge, Adam's calm, a still lake amid the blaze, reflects a power honed by years of struggle. His silver cufflink, a tether to his past, glints as he reflects, his silence a roar that reshapes the world. Now the roots of his resilience, deep and enduring, rise to the surface, ready to fuel his next move. Adam sits in the Haven Lodge's lounge, the oak-paneled walls casting a warm glow. Atlanta's skyline twinkles through the window, a city of ambition that mirrors his own. His bourbon, untouched, reflects the soft light. But his gaze is distant, tracing memories etched in his bones. "This isn't new," he murmurs, his voice low, steady. His cufflink, a gift from his grandfather, brushes his wrist, a pulse of Macon, Georgia, where dreams were hard-won. Raised in a modest home, where the kitchen table was a sanctuary, Adam learned early that respect was a battle, not a gift. "You'll need to be twice as good," his grandfather said, hands calloused from carpentry. "But you're enough." At 17, Adam faced his first sharp slight. A state scholarship, earned with top grades and endless volunteer hours, slipped through his fingers. It went to someone connected, his counselor said, avoiding his eyes. Adam clutched the rejection letter, its words a sting he'd never forget. "Why me?" he asked his grandfather, voice cracking. The old man sat beside him, his gaze steady. "The road's crooked, Adam. Keep walking." That letter, now yellowed, rests in a folder in his briefcase, not as a wound, but as clarity, a reminder of the world's tests and his will to rise above them. In college, the slights persisted. A professor after class asked, "Who's funding your tuition?" Not, "How's the coursework?" but a probe, assuming Adam's presence was a fluke. "My loans and my hustle," Adam replied, his voice firm, masking the ache. He coded nights in a dorm, building a logistics app that streamlined his uncle's small delivery business. That app, a seed sown in defiance, grew into Nexus Dynamics, a billion-dollar empire. Yet, even in boardrooms, the doubts lingered. "Are you in sales?" an investor once asked, bypassing Adam to greet his white CFO. Each slight, a pebble in his shoe, sharpened his resolve. Adam's phone buzzes, pulling him back. A message from his sister Lena glows on the screen. "You okay?" she asks, her words a warm embrace. "This world's heavy, Adam. Rest." He smiles, typing, "I'm good. Just tired." Lena's reply is swift. "Don't let them dim you." Her words echo their grandfather's, a legacy of love that steadies him. Adam sets the phone down, his cufflink catching the light. "They never will," he whispers, his voice a vow. The Haven Lodge, unlike the Sterling Crown, offers respect, a quiet room. A nod from the staff reminding him of home, where worth was measured in character. A knock at the door breaks his reverie. Caleb, a young room service worker, enters with a tray water, a fruit plate. "Compliments of the manager," he says, his voice earnest. "He saw your name, sir. My mom works in tech. She says Nexus changed the game." Adam pauses, touched. "What's your name?" he asks. "Caleb," the boy replies, beaming. "Tell your mom I'm grateful," Adam says, his voice warm. Caleb nods, leaving quietly. The gesture, simple yet profound, contrasts the Sterling Crown's scorn, a balm on old wounds. Adam's heart stirs, his grandfather's words ringing. Build something lasting. The folder in his briefcase holds more than the rejection letter. A photo, creased from time, shows Adam and his grandfather outside their Macon home. The old man's smile rare, hard-earned. Another clipping, from Nexus's first $1 million contract, bears a headline. Local innovator rises. These relics, carried close, honor the climb. They didn't start the fight, Adam thinks, his gaze on the skyline. They just showed up late. Each slight, from scholarships to boardrooms, built his empire, not with rage but with resolve, a fire that burns steady, unyielding. The digital storm, now a global blaze, carries Adam's story, but he remains silent, strategic. Tara's voice echoes in his mind. You sure about staying quiet? His answer, unspoken, is clear. His walkout spoke volumes. The Sterling Crown's panic, the public's outrage, are his voice, amplified. Adam's resilience, rooted in Macon's lessons, fuels his next step. The stage is set, dear listener, for his truth to take center stage. Will his silence inspire a movement, or will the world miss its lesson? The fire smolders, and the next chapter will blaze with purpose. Apojung holds truth. Will it inspire? The firestorm sparked by Adam Miller's silent stand at the Sterling Crown Hotel still blazes, its embers igniting hearts across the digital realm. His resilience, rooted in Macon's hard-won lessons, has turned a clerk's scorn into a global reckoning, unraveling a $4.35 billion merger. At the Haven Lodge, Adam's calm, a beacon amid chaos, reflects a lifetime of slights overcome with dignity. His silver cufflink, a tether to his grandfather's wisdom, gleams as he prepares to speak, not to the media, but to those who need his voice most. The crucible of bias has forged a leader, ready to mentor a new generation. In a modest community center in North Atlanta, Adam stands behind a simple podium. No suit, no fanfare, just a man and his truth. The room, filled with young entrepreneurs and students, hums with anticipation. Folding chairs creak, notepads rustle, phones record quietly. I was meant to talk about success. Adam begins, his voice warm, deliberate. But today, let's talk about power. The crowd leans in, eyes bright. Power isn't shouting or threatening, he says, pausing, his cufflink catching the light. It's knowing your worth and walking away when it's questioned. Silence falls, heavy with resonance. Adam's words, like a slow pour of coffee, awaken the room. I've signed billion-dollar deals, he continues. But I've also been mistaken for staff at my own company. A student gasps softly. Another nods, their own slights mirrored in his. The world will test you, he says, his voice steady. But it doesn't define you. Your work does. Your walkout does. A young woman in a blue scarf scribbles furiously, her eyes shining. Adam pauses, scanning the face hopeful, hungry, resilient. You are the table, he says, leaning forward. If they don't see it, don't offer them a seat. A student, her voice trembling, stands. My mom saw your story, she says, clutching a notebook. She's a cleaner. She called you a leader. The word lands, soft yet seismic. Adam's heart stirs, his grandfather's voice echoing. Build something lasting. Tell your mom. He replies, his voice thick. She raised someone strong. The room claps, a ripple of warmth, like rain on parched earth. Another student, a young man, asks, how do you keep going? Adam smiles, his cufflink a pulse of purpose. By choosing where to put my energy, he says. By succeeding anyway. Quick check, dear listener. Have you moved today? A 30-minute walk boosts your heart and spirit. Back in the room, Adam's mentorship, a quiet act, plants seeds of change. His legacy, not vengeance, takes root in these faces, each a spark for the future. Values outlast contracts, he tells them, his voice a vow. Choose dignity always. The students nod, their resolve kindled. Their dreams fortified by a man who walked away and won. The community center hums, its walls alive with hope. Adam's stand, born in a lobby's scorn, now echoes in these hearts, ready to reshape their world. The stage is set, listener, for his influence to ripple further. Will his silence spark a lasting movement? The embers glow, and the final pour will stir the soul. A mirror reflects change. Will it endure? The embers of Adam Miller's stand glow brightly, their warmth kindled in a North Atlanta community center where his words ignited young hearts. His mentorship, a quiet act of power, has planted seeds of resilience, echoing the lessons of his Macon roots. The digital firestorm, sparked by his silent exit from the Sterling Crown Hotel, continues to blaze, unraveling a $4.35 billion merger and exposing Jenna Tate's scorn. Adam's dignity, a beacon in the Haven Lodge's calm, has reshaped perceptions, turning a clerk's laugh into a global reckoning. Now the ripples of his justice spread, forging a new legacy of truth and triumph. The Sterling Crown's marble facade, once a symbol of prestige, now bears the scars of scrutiny. Nora Vance, her tablet a constant companion, fields urgent calls from PR firms, her voice strained. "This is a brand crisis," she tells the general manager, her words heavy. Jenna, her confidence a distant memory, faces an internal review, her mocking laugh now a haunting echo. The hotel's statement, vague and hollow, drowns in the tide of public outrage. "They're not sorry." A tweet declares, shared thousands of times. The $35 million Vantage contract, a lifeline, teeters, its loss a wound that bleeds across corporate ledgers. Social media, a cauldron of voices, amplifies Adam's story. A viral thread, now at 4 million views, weaves tales of bias from stranger store clerks, boardrooms, airports, each a thread in a tapestry of shared pain. News outlets, their headlines bold, dissect the fallout. Mergers collapse signals corporate reckoning. One reads, its words, a drumbeat of change. A talk show host, voice rising, cries, "This is America's mirror." The clip trends, its reach a testament to Adam's influence. Vantage executives Elliot, Lila, Owen watch their stock plummet, their panic a stark contrast to Adam's calm. At the Haven Lodge, Adam sits with Tara Wells, his COO. The city's skyline, a backdrop of ambition. His silver cufflink glints as he drafts a statement. His words measured, precise. "We'll speak soon," he tells Tara, his voice steady, a river carving stone. "Let them scramble first." His silence, a strategic sword, has shaped the narrative, letting truth rise unfiltered. A patron from the Sterling Crown, now a follower online, posts, "I saw him walk out. That was power." The comment, liked by thousands, carries Adam's legacy forward. A ripple in an ocean of change. The industry feels the quake. Analysts predict ripples in tech and hospitality, with Vantage's loss a warning to others. "Values trump deals," a columnist writes, citing Adam's stand. Businesses, inspired, pledge inclusivity training, their actions a nod to his influence. Marcus, the bellhop, shares a post. "He didn't shout, he just left. That's strength." It goes viral, sparking stories of quiet defiance, each a spark in Adam's movement. "This isn't just his fight," a commenter writes. "It's ours." The world, stirred, begins to shift, its mirror reflecting a new truth. Adam's legacy, born in a lobby's scorn, now thrives in shared stories. A student from the community center tweets, "He said we're the table. I'm building mine." The words, simple yet profound, echo Adam's call to redefine worth. His cufflink, a pulse of his grandfather's wisdom, anchors him as he reflects. "Success isn't the deal," he thinks, "but the lives you touch." His silence, a roar, has forged a path for others, its ripples a testament to dignity, unbroken. The Sterling Crown's crown dims, but Adam's light shines. The stage is set, dear listener, for lessons to take root. Will his legacy reshape our world? The ripples flow, and the final pour will stir the heart. The ripples of justice flow, their current reshaping the world. Adam Miller's stand, a quiet blaze born in the Sterling Crown's scornful lobby, has forged a legacy that pulses through Atlanta and beyond. His mentorship in a North Atlanta community center, a beacon of hope, has kindled young hearts. While the digital firestorm, sparked by his silent exit, continues to expose bias. The hotel's gilded crown tarnishes under scrutiny, its $4.35 billion merger lost to Jenna Tate's laugh. Now, as Adam's influence stirs a movement, the final pour of his story offers wisdom to carry forward, a brew of truth for every soul. Adam stands in his Nexus Dynamics office, Atlanta's skyline a tapestry of ambition through the window. His silver cufflink, a tether to his grandfather's Macon lessons, gleams softly, a river of resilience flowing through him. The city hums, inspired by his stand students dreaming bolder, businesses pledging change, strangers sharing stories of defiance. This is lasting, Adam thinks, his heart full. The Sterling Crown's chaos Nora's frantic calls. Vantage's plummeting stock fades against the light of his legacy. His silence, a roar, has turned a clerk's scorn into a mirror for the world. Dear listener, Adam's journey brews profound lessons. First, stand against bias with dignity. His calm exit, unshaken by Jenna's mockery, calls us to face prejudice with grace, preserving our worth. Second, value resilience over riches. Adam's cufflink, his Macon roots, prove strength lies in character, not wealth. Third, lead with purpose. By mentoring youth, he built a table for others, urging us to uplift those around us. Fourth, wield power wisely. His strategic silence, canceling a deal, teaches us to walk away when values falter, letting truth speak. These lessons, stirred in the crucible of bias, are a call to action. Where have you faced judgment? In a store, a meeting, a glance? Brew changes, speak out. Support businesses that honor all. Share Adam's story to spark hope. Visit Nexus Dynamics website, join their community programs, and build a world where dignity shines. Your voice, your choice, is a ripple in this river of justice. Adam's cufflink, a quiet pulse, reminds us, success is not the deal, but the lives we touch, the tables we set. The Sterling Crown's lights dim, but Atlanta glows, a city stirred by Adam's truth. He touches his cufflink, smiling softly, his grandfather's words alive. Build something lasting. The story ends, dear listener, but its wisdom brews on. Carry it forward, stand tall, lead with heart, let your silence roar. The river of resilience flows through us all, ready to reshape our world. Will you join the current? The hearth of justice awaits, its warmth a promise for every soul.